And welcome back. And we are moving into our second conversation for today. We promised you we'd get you ready for the Easter break. And if you are a bit of a procrastinator, haven't made your plans yet, just undecided, this is where you want to tune in. We have our special conversation with the Belize Tourism Industry Association chapter members. We have with us representing Orange Walk, Abdiel Dominguez. We have in the middle representing Caulker, Vadillo, and on the end, Efren Perez from Corozal chapter. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
I need to hear these deals because I don't even believe that their place is still available for the Easter break.
Well, you might not find in popular destinations like Placencia and Ambergris.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we want to do is try to bring Corozal to the forefront.
Yeah.
It's a very quiet town. People kind of always forget that it is there.
Yeah.
For this Easter, there are three main things happening in Corozal. One of the main ones that is being promoted is the one at Orchid Bay. Mm-hmm. So there's a beach party. It's for families, kids. They're going to have events where kids would be able to participate. It's a day activity from 12 to about 8 at night.
Yeah.
And then there is also the Sartaneja Regatta, which is something that is done annually, right? There's a canoe race done from the ferry to Copper Bank, I believe it is. And then there's events happening all day also. And then in Tongue itself, there is going to be, your typical beach party where people from Orange Walk or Belize City that don't have plans
Corozal,
last minute.
beach,
right?
Corozal.
You could always
Where?
go. It's not the crowded destination.
No, but
so
I'm saying people don't distinguish Corozal as a beachside place.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So,
but there's the water. I mean, we don't have a beach as you would find in Caulker or San Pedro, but I mean, the water is still attractive, and especially in the summer months, March.
Could you talk to us about where Orchid Bay is? Because that is definitely a beach.
I gotta say, I don't usually disclose what I do publicly, but I was recently in Orchid Bay and I was seriously impressed. It was beautiful and it's perfect for families. The kids had so much fun in the water, and I didn't even believe that some place would be so close. It was less 2-hour drive if you take your time.
Yeah.
From Belize City.
From Belize City,
And you could get to Orchid Bay through two different locations.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're coming from Belize City, you can go in through Orange Walk, or if you go to Corozal, you can cross the ferry.
Yeah.
Quite a little experience crossing the ferry, right? And then you go over to Orchid Bay. Yeah. That entire area on that side, which would be Chunoj, Progress, Sartaneja, it's an area that I think that people have not explored as yet, and it has really great tourism value over that side.
They cannot. I mean, the color of the water,
right?
It's that beautiful
turquoise
that you see in the bay, and you go into it. It's wonderful.
And one of the good things is that Corozal still has availability. So if you haven't made your Easter plans yet, there are places like, for example, Mirador that is located in Tongue. They're offering a 10% to Belizeans.
Awesome.
You present your IDs, you get your discount. You have places like Las Palmas who's offering a 15% discount on group specials, right? And Orchid Bay, where they're going to be having that big event, they still have availability also.
And you still have the high-end resorts like Tourisim.
Like Tourisim, of course, and Almond Beach that is on that end also. And then there's the more smaller mom and pop locations in Corozal that also, would still have availability. Yeah. And I think it happens that way, whereby a lot of people tend to, like I mentioned earlier, forget that Corozal is there. And some people may want to have, the Placencia experience and the Caulker experience, because those events are huge events and very popular. But then for something a little bit more laid back, last minute,
and low key,
and low key, Corozal is your ideal place.
So, what are some of the options that people have to do during the day? So, let's say I decide, let me just give the kids a different experience. I'm gonna go to Corozal. I'll go to Orchid Bay, or I'll go to one of the mom and pop places, somewhere maybe close to the bay. But what will I do with them during the day? What are some of the activities that you suggest?
Well, there is the water. I mean, that's one of the main attractions that you find in Corozal, the water. There are also, for example, the Santa Rita Archaeological Site. People may miss it because it's something that is not published as much. In general, Corozal does not have an ideal tourism product that we would say, okay, this is what matches certain people.
Yeah.
But when you actually go to the destinations and and you're new to it, you would find that there are so many things that you could do. I mean, just culturally, you would find food, for example, you know, that you would be able to enjoy something that you won't find typically somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're with your family, I mean, it kind of, you know, when you start to explain to the kids, you know, this is from this culture, and you start to explain that, I mean, it also becomes a bit educational. But the core of it, I think, would be the water of
Would you agree with me to that? One of the things I like about Corozal is that everything is within proximity. So if you go to Orchid Bay, for example, you can get to see Cirrus, which is actually the oldest.
Right.
And
Right.
where that
Along
is,
the seaside too, it's beautiful.
it's gorgeous. It's,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's something that will be etched in your children's memory forever.
Definitely.
More so than
As also the ferry experience.
right, something that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And is it fair to say as well that Corozal might be one of the cheaper staycation destinations
You-
than
you-
my good friend over there
you
who's
could-
smiling now?
You could, because simply for the simple reason that, you know, it's not the popular destination that's overwhelmed with tourists.
Yeah.
So the few hotels that we have in Corozal, which are not much, you know, they offer really good deals in terms of Belizean specials.
Yeah.
You know, and the tongue itself, you know, hopefully in the coming months, you will see, and coming years, you'll see more development, because as BTIA, we work along with the Corozal local tourism committee, and there are plans to develop. We are in the process of developing a concrete Corozal tourism product for us to be a bit more competitive with other destinations.
Can I push in one other thing too,
Sure,
which
sure.
is one of the things I like about Corozal as a tourist destination.
You
When I
have a
say-
major advocate on this side here.
No, my favorite district.
Yeah.
My favorite district is Orange Walk. So
Okay.
that is bar none. But one of the things I like about Corozal is that there is always something which is not official happening. You'll see, for example, on the roadside, you see a football game.
Yeah.
And the community is out. You'll have food. You'll have, and so if you want experience a clean, safe, family sort of environment. I mean, you can drive the road. You can go to Pachacan. You can drive, and you will Sartaneja, and you will see something happening. And you can just stop. People are welcoming. They're warm, and it's a completely different experience if you're a Belize City prisoner.
Exactly. I mean, just taking you out of that routine,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
of being in the city itself, or accustomed to any other destination.
Yeah.
Going to Corozal is a complete new niche,
Yeah.
you know, that gives it a whole different experience to it.
All right, and from Corozal, we head out to the islands. Tell us.
Money people.
Is there even space? You know, I used to spend every Easter in Caulker. It's a lot different now, I got to tell you that much. But is there even space available in Caulker?
I am certain that we do have space available on Caulker.
Woohoo! Call today, though.
Yeah,
On the
you could
beach?
maybe try.
You mean not
and
on the
call it
beach, though?
today.
Not just on the beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are
Yeah.
two places that would be having availability when it comes to the Easter weekend. Caulker for the Easter weekend. We're going to talk a little more about the Easter festival that is going to take place over on the north side of Caulker, where the newly built beach resort is Coco King. The island could be a little pricey, but they do have places that offer deals. I will safely say that when it comes to that Easter weekend, on Saturday there will be an adult night. It's going to be a party whereby there will be a concert. We have 2 artists coming in, and we will have giveaways. 2 VIP tickets. And the artists, they are Ricardo Drew and also Barney Hype. I'm not too sure about them. I haven't done any research. I could safely say they had been hosting quite regular moon parties and beach parties, and Coco King had been successful in doing such things. When it comes to other events on Caulker, if you just want to maybe have a family day, on Monday, the Easter Monday, that will be a family day whereby the whole family could be at Coco King at the beach enjoying, you know, the sun and the sea. There's also different activities that they'll be doing on the family day.
I love the dress code, bikini and shorts.
Yeah.
And you notice the time as well. And there will also be certain charges on the flyer as you can see there.
Adults only.
Yeah, for those times.
Yeah.
When it comes to Monday, it will be for family though.
Yeah. That's great. So what you're saying is let's start with the basics, right? Because we know Caulker can be a day trip. That's the beauty of how close it is. But tell us about these places that are still available and what are we talking about in terms of cost?
I could safely recall contacting some of the hotels that are part of Belize Tourism Industry Association. I understand some of them don't do bookings and others does. So when it comes to Vista Del Mar Guest House, that's one that I would recommend. It's reasonable, as Efren said, for Belizean. We have
people like me were cheap.
Guest House. We have M&M Guest House. We have Sea and Sun Guest House. We go up to Seaside Cabanas, Vegas Inn, Island Magic Beach Resort, Caulker Plaza Hotel, Chinatown Hotel, and just another few to mention. Maybe things to do on Caulker if you're not interested in maybe wanting to party. I would maybe recommend that people take a cruise around on the island. They could easily rent a golf cart. Buddy's golf cart rental would be one that I would more than likely recommend.
So you're saying these things are still available?
Yeah. Wow. At Buddy's golf cart rental, we do have people that still they're interested in maybe booking, and they could do the same as well to get a golf cart all for themselves. There is different part of Caulker that has scenes that other part of the island doesn't have. So they could take a walk easily to the Tarpon View, to the Seahorse View.
Yeah, go feed the tarpon. That's an interesting experience.
Or maybe even walking on the BTIA Mini Reserve Trail and see the different type of trees and also the species of birds that actually fly over and in Caulker.
Yeah.
What about, that's the mainland Caulker. Can't I get on a boat and do a couple of stuff too?
You could get on a boat and
You travel cheap, but you have a boat to go out?
No, you see, that's why you save. You know where to save and where to spend.
Oh, you
you could, it would be more
frugality.
Reasonable maybe to get hooked up with maybe one of the tour operating company and have a sunset cruise, maybe going to the reef. On Caulker, you have a wide variety of things that you could do to keep yourself occupied.
You have access to Chakre Alley from Caulker?
We do.
But you have your own little area as well, too, right in front of Caulker. I went there a couple years ago. What is it called? Stingray? Is it something that...
Chakre Alley.
Chakre Alley?
No. It's not the one by San Pedro. There's one in front of Caulker that's closer.
The Coral Gardens?
I can't remember.
We have Chakre Alley.
It's been a long while since I went, But... so you have Tarpon to the back, you have the mini reserve. Obviously, there are all the water sports that you can do there as well. And then for the real lazy, I need to catch up on just doing nothing. You can, there are special areas, beach areas designated, that have been
one of the most recent would be the Coco King Beach. The split is still there. It is nice to also beach there. And overall, wherever there is beach access, it's the Queenstown, so anyone could, just relax on the beach and enjoy the nice breeze.
That area by Rainbow Hotel was also, they had also built a beach there, so that's
the
much
Gardens.
nicer.
The Palapa Gardens.
Okay, so there you go. There are places available in Caulker, but I'm sure it would be best to call today before.
Everything
right now.
And we move now to Sugar City.
Yeah, of course, where life is sweet.
Yes. And spicy with those tacos.
Yeah, well, Orange Walk, if we were talking about moving from city to the north, before going to Efren destination, you need to go to Orange Walk. You need to sweeten your life at Sugar City and eat our spicy tacos. Well, Orange Walk as well, we are trying our best to boost tourism. We are kind of laid back, as Efren said, right here in the north, because we don't have that much of hiking, that much of zip lining way to Caye. But we do have forest. We have forest. We don't have a sea like in Corozal, but we have river. We can do river tours. One of the most interesting things to do in Orange Walk is going to the Lamanai tour. And it's a must to do it via boat.
Yes.
Via boat. We have our members, like for example, Lamanai Eco Tours. We definitely.
I know, the picture is Corozal, that's how we're laughing.
We definitely recommend people to do the Lamanai tour. if you don't have a car and you want to rent some vehicle, our member as well with Esquilianos Auto Rental, Best Auto Rentals. You can do whatever you want. You as well, if you want to do an overnight, you can book with St. Christopher's Hotel and De La Fuente.
Okay.
They are by the riverbank, so it's a very nice place where you could stay.
So you can also do the Lamnai tour by boat, right?
Yes.
Okay. Which one do you recommend?
I would recommend the boat.
Yeah.
The boat tour. The boat tour is a must. It's a must because the tour takes around 2 hours. Right there you can see, you can appreciate the riverbank, the mangroves. There are several types of mangroves in Orange Walk.
Yeah.
The bird species as well. Very nice place. You can appreciate nature at its best.
I've done it before, and I agree with you. The boat ride is just simply majestic. When I was doing the boat ride for work, no, seriously, it was for work. I had a case, and we were visiting Lamanai. But going there, your mind is thrown back to the fact that this is what the Mayans were doing, and you could see why they took that route. After you go through those winding river, and you look at all the birds and the alligators and everything that
And
are
the
there.
howler monkeys.
And the howler monkeys.
You have to look at them, you hear them.
Yeah. And then you just, after all these little narrow streams, you burst into this huge lagoon, this majestic Maya ruin, and you feel overwhelmed. But would you agree that maybe combining the two is a possibility? Because when you go the road route, you actually get to see the Mennonite communities.
Yeah.
And so maybe is it possible for me to go by road to there and come back through the river?
No, just go twice.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to. Can't leave the boat.
That's a good catch as well, going via road, because if you go via road, you would have the opportunity to get to know the small villages. The small villages, you may pass Yo Creek. I saw that Miss Felicita was here before, and she's from there. You can go and visit the Poctapoc team. You can appreciate the Mayan artifacts right there. At San Antonio Village, we don't have that much of exposure, but there are sinkholes right there. And we know that sinkholes were very sacred to Maya. Yeah, you could visit them. The Mennonite community as well, you can see what's about their culture. We know that they're kind of laid back, but they are inviting as well. They are very inviting people, so you can appreciate the culture right there in Orange Walk while going to Lamanai.
How about Honeycamp? Because I know that's a very popular destination for Ojuakeños. That's where we go. That's our key Caulker.
Yeah.
Is anything going to be happening in Honeycamp?
On Honeycamp, at the moment, I'm not really sure what's going on, but
Always is.
yeah,
Always.
Is there a public space you can go to? What's your recommendation? Because I know everybody wants to go to Honeycomb, but you usually go to a relative's property.
Well, at the moment, yeah, Honeycamp, I think, like you said, it's the key Caulker or the San Pedro, so it's the main highlight, the main lagoon, main place for you people to go. As I said, for me, the best place to go to, and if you don't, you are tired of beach and sun and sand, it's Lamanai Forest.
Awesome. And if you really want to escape, I mean, like you want to get away from everything, you can go to La Milpa as well.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And that's, forget the rest of the world, but it's very enjoyable as well.
La Milpa and Chanchichlaja.
And well, of course, Chanchis. Yeah. We were talking budget. But yeah, if you want luxury, if you want something more comfortable, definitely you can do that as well. Gentlemen, you know, you're all talking, with the exception of Kiko. Once upon a time, we used to say Caulker was one of the lesser popular destination, but not anymore. But we're talking about people in Belize really just taking a chance on somewhere new. What would you say to them about a Corozal, Orange Walk, road trip, bus trip, whatever it is, whatever it takes them to get there? Why is it worth their while rather than pinching the pennies to go down to Placencia or San Pedro?
And I think any destination that a local traveler would take would be ideal. I mean, it all goes back to what you want as a traveler and what you're looking for. every destination obviously is not made for every person, right? So there may be things in San Pedro, Caulker, or Placencia that you want. You want to be in that party vibe. You want to be amongst a lot of people. Then that is the destination you want to go to. But for us in Corozal, if it's something that you want to do a little bit more laid back, you want to spend time with the family, rekindle, with the kids, play some games along the beach side and the bay, or have a nice meal, or venture into an archaeological site like Santa Rita, right? Or even visit the little museum that we have in Corozal and kind of know a little bit more about the culture. I think Corozal would be an ideal destination for you. Right now, like you mentioned, there are a lot of places in Belize that pretty much don't have any availability right now. And in Corozal, you still have. So for me, I would say visit Corozal. It's worth your try. There is new places like Orchid Bay, that you would be able to have fun with the entire family. There is Sarteneja, beautiful locations, and of course the Corozal Bay, which everybody loves.
And from you guys, where should we staycation and not run away?
Well, in Orange Walk, it's calm, always available. Forest, river, perfect combination for you if you're not finding for a place that's a beach. But also, we are offering for those that want to go to the beach and want to have a sea experience. Why not Orange Walk? Orange Walk can offer it as well. We are doing an excursion, a Half Moon Caye excursion. So for those persons that want to have an experience inland and want to have an experience in the sea as well, we are having an excursion for you guys.
And in Corozal, for example, right now, if you don't find where to go for Easter, we actually have a competition going on where you can win a package for up to about over $2,000 with the 3-night stays. It's a Corozal sign competition that we have. So the way it works is that it's basically two people. They have to come up with a design for a Corozal welcome sign, right? One of the participants must be from Corozal, right? So, you must could find somebody from Corozal you want to partner with. And what you do is really come up with a design that's going to be representative of what Corozal is. As you drive into Corozal and you see that blue water, you are in Corozal, right? That
So what
feeling.
you're saying is you don't want the Belize sign that looks like the Mexican one that we have everywhere?
Right, we're looking for something. We're looking for something unique that would be identifiable to Corozal, right? And like I mentioned to you, there is there is ongoing work from both BTIA and the Corozal Local Tourism Committee in terms of trying to foster the tourism development in Corozal. So right now the sign competition for us is something huge, and they're great prizes. You spend 1 night at Chalk Creek and 2 nights on the beach at Jaguar Reef. You spend 1 night in a river treehouse at Caves Branch at Ian Anderson's. That's a great location. And there's a 1 night in Cahal Beach. In Caye. So you get a good retreat, pretty much. And all you have to do is pretty much use your imagination, come up with a great design.
I'm going to tap into my artistic side to get into this one. I'll call up someone.
So you may not have where to go for Easter, but there's an opportunity with the Corozal welcome sign that we're
I love this
for.
competition between you. We need some more.
Hold on. I just love Abdiel. He's like, I don't even have to tell you to come. I'm just telling you rooms are still available, right?
I still believe that it is a competition, but at the same time, Ms. Square, I haven't maybe been to Caulker for
a couple of years,
Okay, so maybe this is the time for you to take a visit, as you guys are talking about a sign. The Caulker Lobster Fest Committee had just finished establishing the Caulker sign. It's not Mexican-like. It is.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble for saying that.
It is a beautiful sign, and on each of the letter that is spelled out Caulker, it has a depiction of what Caulker has to offer when it comes to the reef and animals that maybe live in the mangroves and some of the trees that are in the nature reserve of Caulker. So that is also another thing that had been recently established. When it comes to this concert and the tickets, people could maybe make purchase at San Pedro Belize Express water taxi in the city, in San Pedro Belize Express, or at Ragamuffin Tours on Caulker. They also have giveaways when it comes to the tickets, there's certain question I believe you have to answer, or
3 days, 4
maybe it's
parties.
and you guys could maybe check that out on the Coco King Facebook page as well.
This is more like targeted towards younger people.
No,
What's
not
happening
really.
in? Well, I'm not sure my grandmother would like to party for 3. For
How you
4.
classify yourself?
She can stay with the kids because it's adults only.
True. But there's something
Why-
I wanted.
why else
I wanted
party?
to go back to Corozal.
Sure.
And we have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Chetomal. And every time around this time, you have Exodus. I mean, if you ever, let me not give that bad joke. but Belize is empty. Lots of people
Right.
are gone. Would you agree with me that Chetomal is a stale location? In that
Is a stale?
it's a stale location.
Okay.
Belizeans are, it's nothing new for your kids. There's nothing there that your kids, unlike what is happening in Belize, in Caulker or Juak or in Corozal itself, there's nothing for you there. And let's look at time alone. Around this time, for you to get across the border, it takes you at least 2 hours. So you're looking at 4 hours dead out of,
Minus travel time.
minus
And
travel
that's just
time.
Chetomal. I mean, people go further.
Well, people most of the time you would find that people would not necessarily, for Easter specifically, you wouldn't find that they would stay much in Chetomal, but they would go beyond, all the way to probably Bacalar, Tulum, Playa, Cancun. And so
Worse?
they would, but you're right. I mean, the amount of time that you would spend at the border, I mean, it is a bit of a headache. But for us, for example, I mean, if you come to Corozal, I mean, you still get a beach.
Yeah.
I mean, you still get the water to play with the kids, and there's still activities that you would be able to do with them. So for me, I would say stop in Corozal, take advantage of what we have there. I mean, it's not a crowded destination, and you'd be able to freely move around and enjoy actually rich local culture over there.
All right. So there you have it. Reasons to visit Orange Walk, that you can still find places available in Caulker, and the number of parties that are taking place as well. And Corozal also has their share of places that you can check out as well. Thank you so much for coming in and telling us about some of these ideas. We definitely do encourage people to staycation if they don't have plans already for Easter. And there are just a wealth of things we can do. This is only a little bit of the north. There's still more we can talk about. But thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we'll be talking to Lorcia Moore, an entrepreneur behind Naturally Belize Coconut Products.